return to group therapy for some very uncomfortable conversations.
Gudani?
Good. The card I chose is task-orientated and people-orientated. I fall on the task-orientated side, and I feel that Vivienne sits on people-orientated side. I really love the way that you can walk into a room and just have this magnetic presence for everybody there.
I even get emotional over people's problems as if they're mine. So I definitely am people-oriented.
Where I'd say the difference between myself and her is, for me, if the task is to cut the grass, come hell or sunshine, we cutting that grass, right? It's gotta happen. It doesn't matter, like, the lawnmower doesn't work, there's load shedding. I'll just be sitting there and I'll just be like, okay, no, but this grass, guys, how many pairs of scissors do we have? Who's got a cow? Let's figure this thing out. You know, like, it's gonna sit with me for a while. I'm gonna be bothered by that. Just be like, yo, bro, this grass, oh. I feel like for her, sometimes it's easier to put that on a back burner. What I love about her, again, is that she makes it easier for me to then engage with everybody else. I don't have to break the ice because it's already been broken by my partner, which I really love and appreciate. Thank you.
The card that I picked, right, says concise and long-winded. So I think he's long-winded and I'm the concise one. And why I say I'm the concise one is because, like, there's times, like, especially in situations where maybe there's like a bit of an argument or whatever, I want us to get to the point. Like, I don't want the backstory, the front story, the side story. If the point is you are apologizing, can we just get to that part? I don't want to know everything else.
Sometimes I can be long-winded. I don't think it's a all the time thing. It's mainly because I want people to understand what I'm saying it, like what I'm saying when I'm saying it, you know, yeah. That button that I have is all about that she just talked about, right? So, like, if she's misunderstanding something that I'm saying, right? The button she presses is that she'll just say, you're a liar. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I appreciate the way that you said it now. So, like, if in future you talk like that and not say you're a liar, then we're perfect.
Oh, that's nice.
No.
That's nice. Awesome, guys. Thanks for sharing those particular things. I'd encourage you to continue with these conversations, you know? People have been very vulnerable. They've shared things. They've shared their pain. And there are probably a whole lot of other differences that you guys have. And here's the key thing. Don't just focus on how it affects you or the buttons that it pushes, but also try to see the treasure in it.
It's Gudani and Vivienne's turn to meet with Ilza.
Going into the session now, I think I'm still feeling a little bit emotional from the previous session.
I want to pick up with you where we ended last time. Gudani, I see in you today that you look quite heavy. Gudani and Vivienne have a very complex relationship. So Gudani, you felt a lot of emotions when I started to talk about your son. Okay. So tell me more about what emotions did that bring up for you? Because you wanted to talk to Vivienne about it, but you didn't feel the openness to do it. Yeah. So I'm inviting you now.
So similar to her, I also grew up not knowing my biological mother. But I also met her and then, you know, started trying to start a relationship with her like in my 20s already. For me, it's always been a thing of like, you know, if I ever have a kid, I always want to be there for the kid. You know, I want to be, just to be present, you know, not to have that much, but just, you know, they must be able to be like, that's my dad. The situation as it is now, it doesn't allow for me to have that.
And you don't know how to change that?
Not right now, yeah. I mean, like, everyone else seems to just tell me the same thing.
And what is it that everyone else is telling you?
Just say, wait till he's grown up, then he'll be able to come to you.
It's very true. So because you know what, Gudani? It's not in your hands if his mom is, and this is how I hear what's, correct me if I'm hearing it incorrectly, but it sounds like his mom is blocking you to have contact with him. And yes, it is true. As he's growing older, he's going to, she wanted to always know her dad and you always wanted to know your mom, he's going to want to know his dad. And he's going to turn to you and he's going to come to you. So make use of this time to be a dad and practice being a dad, even if it is not to your own son. You have the opportunity to play a role in another boy's. It is so interesting, the same age as your son. So, Vivienne, you've been listening to what I have been doing here for Gudani. So, what is it that you are willing to do to bring Gudani into your life with your son? And I am going to know that there's been a breakthrough in this relationship when you stop playing with your engagement ring. And you are not aware that you do it. I am so watching her body language. She's playing with her engagement ring the whole time and she takes it off and on and off and on. And she moves it, which is saying to me that there is an insecurity in her whether she wants to stay in this engagement. So what is one very practical way that you can do it, that you can bring Gudani into the life of your son?
Maybe he feels like he doesn't have a say in how is. Do you feel like you don't have a say in the way that being brought up? I initiate us going out. I initiate phone calls because we don't stay together anyway. So I initiate all those things, whereas he doesn't.
So this is how you build a relationship with another child. You first build the relationship. You spend time with the child. You play with the child. You earn the right to become a figure that can discipline. Gudani is very guarded. He is hiding behind a big wall with his emotions. But in our previous session where I spoke to him about his son and his guilt about his son, the wall started to break down. And he started to become more vulnerable. I think that's so hard for him because he's hiding behind, playing his games, watching his series, doing what he likes. No, he's hiding from life and not facing his pain.